counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son. You got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers Reds, game 2 of the series, game number 161 of the season. It'll be Robert Gasser going up against Andrew Abbott for Cincinnati. 6:15, first pitch from American Family Field. 96-64 for Milwaukee. Their magic number sitting at 1 for that number 1 overall seed. Didn't get the job done yesterday. What's the lineup tasked with that duty today?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. First up for Cincinnati, it'll be TJ Friedel, the center fielder, leading things off. Novelli Marte in right field will bat second. Miguel Andujar, the DH, will bat third. Spencer Steers in left field batting fourth today. Sal Stewart at first base will bat fifth. Ellie De La Cruz at shortstop will bat sixth. Tyler Stevenson's the catcher batting seventh. Cabrian Hayes at third base will bat eighth. Matt McClain rounds things out. He bats ninth, plays second base for Cincy. Christian Yelich leading off again today. He is the DH for Milwaukee. Jackson Churio in right field will bat second. Bryce Terang at second base will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base in the cleanup spot. Isaac Collins in left field will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field batting seventh. Danny Jansen is the catcher today. He will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He's the shortstop batting ninth for the Crew. Joining us now on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law at Louis' Last Regatta now here, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer jumping on to talk about what he's got going on right now. Where are you again here, Sparky? I have the photo here, but tell the people where you are for the post-race celebration with Louis' Last Regatta.
Yes. Annual Louis' Last Regatta boat race happening today. We're at South Shore Yacht Club. That's where the race officially ends. We have the post-race celebration. Right now, it's been going on for a while. The Mount Gay rum pour going on. So everybody gets tickets that were on the different sailboats. I think we had 45, 50 sailboats. And you get a free rum and Coke, rum and Sprite, whatever you want it to be, with your ticket when you turn it in. Everybody's having their Mount Gay rum right now. Plus, fundraising obviously is a big deal here. Everybody that's on boats have a chance to fundraise leading up to this event. And again, we're going till 7 o'clock tonight. Right now, the first totals coming in, we are at $76,000 in fundraising, which is just short of where we were at last year when the whole event was completed. So it's awesome. Way more people this year being raised. Still got room for you as well. We have buckets going on right now, different buckets, like there's a Green Bay bucket with a bunch of different Packers merchandise. And then there's another one with like bourbon and a bunch of different things in it. So all kinds of different buckets. That's going up until 5:30, and that will close off. Then we'll have a live auction coming up at 6 o'clock. And there's going to be a lot of cool things there. They've got they call it a villa. It sounds like a mansion to me. You get your own private chef, your house staff, the whole deal. I think it sleeps like 20 or 30 people. Minimum bid on that's going to be like $7,000 tonight, Tommy, if for somebody to win that. Got a trip to Orlando, a trip to Laguna Beach, all kinds of stuff in the live auction. That comes up at 6 o'clock. So plenty of time if you want to participate and be a part of that. DJ GA, a friend of mine and friend of a lot of people in that building where we work. He's out here playing music and doing his thing all afternoon. And then we have racing, fundraising, awards ceremonies and program coming up at 6:30. Got a food truck here, all kinds of great set up under the tent too. Come on down, enjoy yourself. South Shore Yacht Club, and again, we're here until 7 o'clock tonight. Proceeds going to Children's Wisconsin, my favorite charity that I help to raise money for. Obviously, we do the toy drive, and I also am a part of this. Last year was my first year. I'll do this every year now until I'm dead, or until they tell me I'm too old to do it. But this is a lot of fun. Come on out, hang out with us. Going until 7 o'clock tonight.
Very nice, Sparky. I think you got cut off when you said 27th Louis Last Regatta post-race celebration, and you've been around helping out raise money for that. We'll talk to you again here before the costume contest. You got your costume ready, Spark?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I warned these people. I said, some of y'all, I don't know what the heck you're even supposed to be. There's going to be questions asked about what some of these people are dressed as. But highly entertaining. There's doctors and nurses on one boat. There's like a bunch of like racing car costume guys on another boat with like Wonder Bread on their racing jersey and stuff. There's cavemen. There's all kinds of stuff. So very fun. Very fun. Spark, we'll talk to you again in 10 minutes or so. Get a nice little wrap up of what's going on down over at the Louis Last Regatta post-race celebration powered by Hagerty Marine and Markle. All right, then? Sounds good, Tommy. Thank you. There he is, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on the Fan Gas Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. Milwaukee Brewers is what we are here to talk about. However, too, they had game 1 of the series yesterday in their last series of the season, going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Let's go over that first game.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
It was Quinn Priester going up against Zach Littell in game 1 of the series. Brewers kind of stinks doing the rewind as of late because they have not been great at putting runs up. They did get one from Bryce Terang and an RBI single in the bottom part of the third inning. However, Milwaukee was held to fewer than 4 runs for the 6th time in its last 7 games now, dating back to the 19th of September. The Brewers are just 16-48 this season when scoring 3 or fewer runs, and they are 80-16 when they score 4 or more runs. Quinn Priester, his final line, 5 innings of work, 9 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks. First loss as the Brewers fell 3-1 since May 13th at Cleveland. 12-game winning decision streak snapped. First loss by the Brewers in a game in which Priester pitched in since May 24th in Pittsburgh. It was 19 consecutive appearances, 16 starts. The last outing was Priester's first, allowing 3 earned runs since August 10th against the New York Mets. It was 6 straight starts, over 29 appearances, 24 starts, 13-3, 3.32 ERA. Congrats to Quinn Priester on closing out the season. However, the Brewers just unable to get it done again. And yesterday, Pat Murphy, speaking about it, he had some comments that I thought were interesting talking about this team. And it seems like it was the first time we've heard anything like that out of Mr. Murphy this year. Here is Pat Murphy after the Brewers lose 3-1 yesterday.
I thought he did a fine job, gave us 5+. A sinker, he didn't have control of his sinker early. He's had that long layoff. He's not used to that, so who knows how that affected him. But, he didn't have great control of that, still pitched well enough to win. That's some tough luck with a ground double play ball turns into a first and third instead of 2 outs. It turns into a first and third. They may not score that other run, so yeah, it would have changed the game maybe, but that's part of baseball. You can't rely on luck to win or lose. So credit to the Reds, they're playing great. They haven't won too many games here in the last number of years, and they've done a good job of getting their team prepared, and hopefully they're hoping they get in the postseason. So.
What have you thought about the offense this past, 8 games going back to the start of that Cardinal series?
Yeah, it certainly hasn't been a juggernaut, that's for sure. We've tried some different things. We've moved some things around, and we've given some other guys opportunities to play more, given some guys some rest here and there. But we haven't played our normal, typical ball strike, grind it out game.
Is it kind of difficult at this time of year to figure out like how much of that is something to pay attention to and how much of it is like maybe the foot's off the gas a little bit?
Yeah, it's hard to stay hungry. Hard to stay hungry. Do you remember last year at this time we were 10 games up, and it's hard to stay hungry. When you have a whole bunch of cookies and then you have a whole bunch of food, and then someone says, "Hey, do you want a little more, Jackson?" What do you say?
No.
You say no because you're not hungry, right? It's hard to stay hungry if you're full, and it's that mental challenge that they got to decide that this is important to play right. We understand the ramifications of the games are not the same, but it's important to play right and grind out ABs and get to first and get your mind on that. And it's hard schedule the way it is, and you could say we played too good too early, and now we're faced with this again. But we had no problem playing well in the postseason last year. We played well, and people will remember that we lost to the Mets. They're the hottest team in baseball, and we lost in a dramatic fashion. But we played well enough to win. So hopefully tomorrow. I'd like to see it tomorrow.
There's the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking after the game yesterday. That audio courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers Reds ahead of game 2. Hard to be hungry after you've already eaten, right? I mean, what? It was always stay hungry all year with the Brewers. It was never, well, if it's not working, it's because they're not trying. And we got to find a way to get motivation out of these guys. What? Why change the language up now? Why change? You should be more than excited to have an opportunity to stay hungry to get this number 1 seed. And there is some good news. We heard yesterday a lot of it. Seems like pitching is all getting healthy at the right time for Milwaukee, and maybe that's going to help things out today. Drew Wagner able to sit down, talk with our guy Trevor McGill for a little bit, confirming that he plans to get some action tomorrow.
And what you kind of see happening next?
Some type of activity in tomorrow's game is kind of what's been discussed. Don't have any details on when that might be during the game, but expect myself to see a batter or so in the game tomorrow.
Also, it could be something really short.
Yeah, just get my feet wet, feel what it feels like to be out there again. Get ready for the playoffs.
When you say step forward, is that like recovery, velocity, all the above?
Feeling what it feels like. You're talking about from yesterday.
Yeah,
Just everything feels pretty good, and just need to see what it feels like in a game environment.
How important is that just to get your feet wet, like you said before that? The intensity ratchets up.
Definitely some progress. I mean, it's going to be big just to understand kind of what it feels like to do the whole routine down there and come out from the bullpen and compete.
And even if it's just a batter or so,
Doesn't matter.
I'm still.
Yeah, just getting my feet wet.
It's kind of in your mind, is it like 50-50, whether it turns out you being active in the postseason, or is it looking pretty good at this point?
I mean, I definitely see myself being active. It's up to them, obviously, but I feel like we're in a good spot.
There is Trevor McGill speaking to the media earlier today. Feels like he's in a good spot. Should see him tomorrow. There's a lot of reason to be excited and why Milwaukee could be a part of the best team in baseball, put their name in some history on 2025. And people being ready to go in October. That's going to be huge, right? So win on your own merit. Now, getting down to that number 2 seed, while you already clinched that you will be in the NLDS and not have to play in a wild card round, that's going to be pretty demoralizing, it feels like. How long have the Brewers been at the top? It's been so long since you've seen the Brewers in the number 2 spot in the National League. So losing that on what could be the last day of the season, yeah, that's not that can't be a part of the plan. I know that getting everyone healthy is a much bigger deal, but losing that at the back end of the season, I don't think is going to be helpful for Milwaukee this year either. Trevor McGill, plan to see him tomorrow. Brewers got 3 hits yesterday. The other bit of history, Jackson Chourio, 20th stolen base, got that in the first inning. Second straight 2020 season. Youngest player in MLB history to notch multiple 2020 stolen bases, home run season, who surpassed it from Mike Trout. You heard of him? He's pretty good. Turned out to be okay. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. On the other side, we'll hear from Steve Sparky Pfeiffer down at Louis' Last Regatta again. Austin Herdina, Sportsbook Manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, will join us. Get you some of the best bets if you want to get any action on today's game. And we'll hear from the manager in pregame, as well as the Brewers gear up for Game 2 in the second to last regular season game of the season. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 1057 FM, The Fan studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Lineup, in case you missed it earlier in the show, Christian Yelich to lead things off. He is the DH. Jackson Churio in right field will bat second. Bryce Turang at second base will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base bats fourth today. Isaac Collins in left field will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field batting seventh today. Danny Jansen is the catcher batting eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop batting ninth. One more time, we'll get over to our guy over at Louis' last regatta post-race for Children's Wisconsin, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer down there. Anything to update us on, Mr. Spark? How are things handling over there?
People are moving on. Danny Jansen, I can't believe he's in a starting lineup. Just complete shock and awe right now. We're down here at the South Shore Yacht Club. Come hang out with us again. 27th annual Louis' last regatta boat race. It's a sailboat race. And enter the South Shore Yacht Club each and every year. And then it's all kinds of fun and shenanigans going on. Had the Mount Gay rum pour that was going on. That is still going on. It's been going on for almost an hour. They've been pouring rum drinks for everybody that had tickets for the rum drink. So that is kind of fun. DJ GA is out here spinning records and playing music for everybody. Coming up, we're going to be closing down the buckets draws that we have right now. So all kinds of different items and different buckets under a tent. They've got to have 25 different buckets that you buy raffle tickets for to put in and try and win a bunch of different great prizes. That'll close down at 5:30. Then at 6 o'clock, we have our live auction coming up. A very cool, 4-5 bedroom villa in Mexico that we'll be have a live auction for. Orlando, Florida, a trip down to Orlando. Laguna Beach in California, several different cool live auction things, hoping to raise a bunch of money there. At last check-in, I haven't seen the updated numbers, but we're already over 76,000, almost 77,000 raised, which is almost to last year's total already, and we still have a ways to go. And again, money going towards Children's Wisconsin for this event like it does every year. So very cool event. If you can get down here before 7 o'clock, I'd advise. They got a cool, great food truck out here, some tacos and stuff. Take advantage of that too, and it's a beautiful night. So if you got nothing going on, come hang out with us. We'll be out here to 7 o'clock.
Yeah, put one on me. Advance me $7K. I got you on Monday for that villa in Mexico. All right.
It is $7K. That's where it starts.
All right, perfect.
But I mean, I think it sleeps like 30 or something crazy like that. So you get your own private chef, your own house staff, the whole deal. I think it's like a mansion.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Sounds like we got a fan trip coming up here
I
in
think
Mexico.
it's the fan mansion.
The fanshin. That's what we're calling it. Some people are calling
it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Well, Sparky,
we'll have to get the right size hot dogs for Kuhn though. That's the only thing.
Keeping it. Everything's got to be at least a foot long. Standard. They use the metric system in Mexico, but standard hot dogs 12 inches. Everyone knows.
That picture that Kuhn tweeted out yesterday of that hot dog, that was more than 12 inches.
I mean,
there's no way. That was 18 inches? That was like the largest hot dog I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I guess they're just different at the Kuhn household. They're just quite literally built different. Sparky, have a good time down there hanging out till 7 o'clock. Hopefully you guys get a bunch more money raised for Children's Wisconsin. That's an awesome cause you guys are doing down there.
Thanks.
There he is, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Well, now joining us, Sportsbook Manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Austin Herdina on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Mr. Herdina, happy Saturday. How are we tonight, my friend?
Pretty good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Brewers, I'm getting a little nervous. I just want this one seed locked up. I don't want it to be put in anyone else's hands, Austin. And it feels like tonight has to be the night because if you give the Reds all that momentum going into a game where they can control their own destiny, it feels like there's a lot of magic working in Cincinnati's favor.
Yeah, let's make tonight the night. I've been really hoping we'd got it done by now, but let's get it done tonight at home. Got a great crowd. It was another sellout yesterday. I expect it again tonight. It sounds like Miz is going to be coming in mid-game in some relief.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting to see. I just we got to get one of these. I don't know if it's still this way, but I saw Minnesota got a run early, so I saw it was 1-0 Minnesota against the Phillies.
Well, we'll have to see what Milwaukee can do today. Again, I don't even want to watch that game, Austin. Just win the damn game already. I mean, it's that easy at this point. Austin Herdina joining us from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers on the money line, minus 137. You get minus 1.5 on the run line, and that'll pay plus 160. I couldn't read it quite from there. I didn't know if it was an 8 or a 6. Plus 160 on the over-under set at 8 today. Austin, what do you like it from the betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook to get a nice little parlay for the people going for game 2 today?
Yeah, so it's a big game for both teams. The Reds they're playing for a playoff spot. Where they stand right now, they need to win these last 2 to guarantee themselves a spot. So it means a lot for both teams.
Yeah.
I think that the Brewers, though, I think tonight's the night. I think we get it done tonight. Brewers on the money line. Jackson Chourio, over 1.5 total bases. I like tonight. I think he's going to come through clutch as well. So that's going to be a plus 210 parlay, just a 2-legger tonight.
2 legs. It's Brewers money line. Jackson Chourio over 1.5 total bases. That'll pay plus 210. Courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, you guys got the shuttle service in full use today. How's that thing been going so far? Has it been growing? Have you seen some positivity with it? I know you guys are going to continue it through the postseason as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been giving out a lot of bracelets today. The shuttle service is going really well. Something that the people really, really like so far. Just again, that's place a bet at the sportsbook, or have a food and beverage purchase in the sportsbook area, and you can get a bracelet that'll get you on the shuttle to and from the game. Starts an hour before the game. It'll stop about the time the game starts, and then it'll pick up again in the 7th inning and until an hour after the game. So just right to the stadium and right back, right to our sportsbook. It's just really nice that it picks you up right from our sportsbook, so you don't need to go find the parking lot of Potawatomi, nothing like that. Just right from the sportsbook. It's awesome. And then we also have so many sports going on right now. We got Ryder Cup going on. We got college football all day, some great games. And then just the game that matters the most to us right now, right, is this Brewers game tonight. Got to get the win tonight.
Got to get the win tonight. Busy Sunday tomorrow, I know, for you here, so I don't want to interrupt for that. I know you're going to be busy down there. This is the last parlay of the people of the regular season here with Austin Herdina. So it is Brewers money line, Jackson Chourio over 1.5 total bases. That'll pay plus 210, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, when we talk next time, it'll be postseason baseball, my friend. Have a good rest of your night. And of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Austin Herdina, joining us from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all.
Line drive, base hit down the left field line.
Let's see what the skipper has to say heading into today's game. Let's head to the Coach's Corner. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Drew Wagner is going to join us in about 10 minutes or so here. Sent over some Pat Murphy from his pregame availability. Here is what Murphy had to say ahead of Game 2 against Cincinnati.
Yeah, Jose, very optimistic.
Yeah, I think we're out of the weeds with Jose for sure. I think that Trevor still, we got to find out more information. I saw that he talked to you, or whatever, mentioned something today that he felt confident. Yeah, we haven't got the full report from the training room, but when I get that report forthcoming here, hope it's a good one.
If it is a good one, and he talked about getting in the game.
I'd like to get him in the game,
even if it's for like a batter or two.
or we got to face 3. That's a rule. It's been a rule.
Well, you can bring in them 2 outs in the 7th inning.
You got to leave him for 3 out.
You don't get that guy out.
If he doesn't get that guy out, what happens?
He's gonna get
I like that.
Not based on the shit I saw yesterday.
But anyway, optimism.
Yeah.
Do you need to see him pitching the game tomorrow for him to be available for postseason?
No, I don't know. I mean, I can still make that decision, but here's the thing. It will help him, and it'll keep us from making that decision in more simulated type situations during the next week, which are harder to get a full assessment on. You know, if you're assessing whether the guy's ready or not, it's hard. Like we watched Woody and all his buildup, throwing 90 miles an hour, saying, "What are we doing? He's not ready." You know, we're like worried about it, and then he gets hit in the elbow, and then he turns his ankle, and we're like, he might need the extra time. Well, as it comes to find out that with the same velocity, he was pitching really, really well.
Did you guys get that second opinion / Meister?
Yeah, we're in the midst of. We're not going to make any announcements right now, but we're in the midst of gathering all the information, be able to sit down with the player. And we have the information from the doctors and that type of thing. So, well, that announcement will be forthcoming here within days. Or as they say, soon.
How about DL Hallmark? Could he pitch tomorrow?
He could. He's also a candidate to pitch tomorrow.
I like it.
I didn't hear what you said.
I like it.
He's giving you his opinion.
Where is he like?
In the likelihood?
No, and just
Yes.
like with McGillmore, there's a it seems like there's been a pretty high level of urgency to get him in a game,
right?
Because of how important he is. I mean, this Hall, not that you don't like him, but is
no. I mean, with our situation the way it is right now, all hands on deck. So yeah, it's urgently that we would, if he's 100% healthy like we're hearing he is, we'd love to get him in a game. And but there's moves required and things like that. So there's all sorts of things to consider. And we're kind of like everybody's on call type thing. Next week we'll have plenty of opportunity to get guys healthy, plenty of opportunity. And Williams dealing with this hand thing the foul ball that went in the check swing in St. Louis when he hurt his hand and tried to play through it. But we're going to take care of that first, hoping that it's not more serious.
So is he done for the regular season?
We're not going to announce that because our opponents would then know that he can't pitch hit or something.
He's not in there today.
Not in there. You guys still can't get the hold of the lineup, huh?
It
No,
was
it's there. It's in the clubhouse.
I saw
there.
Jansen.
Yeah, we saw.
Janson? That's what you called him? Janson?
Stupid.
The PA announcer in spring training. That's how he says.
If you
his
listen
name.
to it in spring, you won't get
Jace Peterson,
Brian
Weston,
Weston, Wilson.
Jack Solon.
Really?
If you
Now
listen,
you won't be able
now
to
you'll
hear it
be
if you
screwed.
remember.
You won't.
No, I won't,
you
because I never listen to anything at spring training. I'm comatose.
There is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking a little bit to the media before today's game. As he said, not going to announce that Contreras is getting shut down for the rest of the regular season, wants to give an opportunity that he will be still available. Obviously, seems like Quintana, healthy. Trevor McGill, still have to wait to see on that.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Be a cowboy of the sky. Apply now at iwl8.org. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. Building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Tomorrow, during this feature, top 20 lists, prospects I'm the most excited about for the Milwaukee Brewers for our final edition of Building a Winner this season. So make sure to tune in tomorrow for the leadoff show as the Brewers going to wrap up their regular season. We're going to give our preview on the future. Leadoff show will start at 1 o'clock. 2:10 first pitch. Freddie Peralta going up against Brady Singer. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, pick his brain a little bit about Game 2 tonight, and then how the Brewers can close things out and not have to really worry about how tomorrow goes. It is the leadoff show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM 1057 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get to Drew Wagner, Brewers lineup again one more time. Christian Yelich, the DH, will lead things off. Jackson Churio in right field will bat second. Bryce Terang at second base will bat third. Andrew Vaughn is batting fourth today, playing first base. Isaac Collins in left field will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh today. Danny Jansen is the catcher, batting eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Joining us now, Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. It is Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at by Andrew Wagner. Uncle Drew, how we doing today, my friend?
We are nearing the finish line.
Nearing. I mean, this is what a grind it is, right? And all of a sudden it's game 161. The Brewers have a chance to lock up this number one overall seed. And now the offense can't put up more than 4 runs in a game in 6 of their last 7 contests, Drew.
Yeah, I can't use the word that Pat Murphy used for it when we asked about him pregame. But yeah, it's not been great lately. They've been sluggish. They've been slumping a little bit. We heard last night, he said they haven't really been able to play their ball strike game a little bit. They've been kind of out of sorts the last week or two. It's not what we've come to expect. And, there's reasons for that. You've seen a lot of different personnel in the lineup. You've seen a lot of different looks. They try to, give guys a little bit of a breather here and there. But at the end of the day, it's still pretty much the same group, and you're just not seeing the results right now.
Well, and there is some optimism, it sounds like, on the horizon. Talking with Pat Murphy today, Drew, you at least, thanks for sending that sound over. It sounds like they're very optimistic that Quintana will be ready to go for postseason play.
Yeah, Murphy's quote was, "They're out of the woods, it seems." He came out of his live bullpen sim game session yesterday feeling good, no issues with the leg. He's able to get around really good. That was the thing. The pitching has never been a problem. It's his ability to cover his position, to run around the field, to sprint to first base, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's been the issue with the leg. Our results say that he's past it, and should they need him to be their game 3 starter in the NLDS, it looks like it's all systems go.
Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, joining us here on the leadoff show at by Andrew Wagner on Twitter. Drew, going into today's game a little bit, Mizorowski still expected to be a first man out of the pen, I assume. And as far as it sounded last time we heard about this, it's going to be until he wants to be done. He'll be going the entire game today. What do you think the Brewers are looking for out of Jacob Mizorowski in relief now at the end of the season here today?
I mean, the same thing they're looking at if he was coming out first today. And let's not make too much of him coming out of the bullpen today. This is basically like an opener situation. It's very similar to a start. He's on schedule. He went through all of his normal in-between routines. It's kind of, they're basically using Gasser as an opener. Gasser's not fully stretched out. He's got maybe 3 innings in him. They don't want to shorten up Mizorowski. They want to keep that length available if they need him. So basically, you let Gasser go once through the order, and then you bring in Miz and see how long he can go. And again, they just need results from him. They need to see him get guys out. They need to see him cut down the walks, cut down the little hits, cut down the weak contact. They need him to get guys out, and ideally to put up zeros.
Drew Wagner, again, here on the leadoff show with Tommy Wortz, getting you caught up for Brewers Reds ahead of game number 2 today. Drew, it kind of feels like today ball is in Milwaukee's court, right? You don't want to necessarily get that 2 games to Cincinnati. and then leave this into the hands of the Phillies. How do you think the offense figures this thing back out? Do you see worse plate discipline? Do you see worse, pop? I mean, but what is going on with the offense that they can correct here within the next couple of days before they get some time off? Are they just looking too far ahead for the first time, Drew?
Maybe that is part of it. Maybe there's a bit of complacency. I mean, I'm not seeing anything different in their approach or their presence in the box. I'm just not seeing the results. They're not getting the hit that they were getting when they needed to keep an inning going a couple of weeks ago. They're not getting, the pop, the timely pop that they've been getting from guys. It's a bunch of little things that lead me to believe that they're tired. They're trying to shift their focus to the next stage, which is understandable. It's hard when you don't have someone breathing down your neck. A year ago at this time, they were kind of in cruise control mode. They had a 10-game lead. You've got the division wrapped up. Yeah, you're still playing for something that's really important. But at the same time, like you've accomplished everything that you can right now, and you want that next step, that bigger step. Now, the converse part is getting the job done today will help you in that next step. So, I don't think it's a lack of focus, a lack of fire. I think it's just human nature right now. You're tired. You're trying to think about the next thing, and you're trying to put it all together at a time where, let's face it, aside from that one game, there isn't much left at stake.
Well, and we haven't really had to see a lot of turn it on, turn it off from Milwaukee, because it just seemed to be all go all season. But yesterday, even in post game, when Murphy was talking, he's making the analogy to Jackson and saying basically, well, when you eat a lot and then people offer you more food, you're not hungry anymore. And I haven't heard him talk like that all season, and that was just a weird line, I thought, yesterday, Drew.
Yeah, it's a weird line, but you kind of get used to expecting weird lines from Pat Murphy.
I guess.
It's just how it goes.
But the whole mantra this season was like, stay hungry, right? I mean, stay hungry. And now it's like all of a sudden not hungry. That's not how we talked about this, Drew.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of they're not hungry. Maybe you're still hungry and you're just full, and it's sometimes when you're Thanksgiving, it's hard after you stuffed your face to get up off the couch. You have stuff to do, you have to clean, you have to whatever. It's tough because you're full.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of mental strain too. Like you're in that mode all day, every day. You get exhausted and you fall into a rut. So yeah, none of it's earth shattering. None of it's gonna, doom their season. I don't think it's gonna last. It's just one of those things. Like, again, people forget this is a 162 game physical and mental grind. You hit that wall. Doesn't mean that they're not trying. Doesn't mean that they don't want it. It's just sometimes you're just not clicking on all cylinders.
Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter @ByAndrewWagner. Thank you so much for jumping on today. We'll do it again tomorrow, my friend.
Sounds good.
There he is, Drew Wagner. Follow him on Twitter @ByAndrewWagner on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game. I'm actually looking at Jacob Mizorowski today. I would love to see some sort of positivity coming from his game on the pitching side, because it has not been all that great. Robert Gasser, make sure he's stretched out. Everything looks good through his 3 innings or one time through the order, whatever it is. But if Mizorowski is going to be productive for Milwaukee in the postseason, I believe it's going to be in the bullpen. So today is that first look at that. Apparently, it's no leash after that. As long as he continues to perform being the first man out, treat it more like an opener as opposed to a bullpen role. But you heard the news about Quintana being healthy, ready to go. So I can't imagine Game 3 is up for grabs anymore. That will be Jose Quintana in my mind. So Jacob Mizorowski, how can you be being the first man out of the pen as opposed to the first man to pitch in the game? That's today's key to the game, taking an eye and a look at Jacob Mizorowski coming out of the bullpen. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Last Brewers regular season game of the year before we get to some postseason play. What? I can't believe it. I had no idea how we got 161 games under our belt already, but 2 more left. Brewers Reds today. Robert Gasser, Andrew Abbott. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you. Don't forget, send them home.